It is a beautiful morning. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Carnival Breakfast Show, coming to you from Carnival Radio. This is Newspaper Review, and I am Joseph Oyukola. Good morning, and welcome once again. On Newspaper Review this morning, I came with different newspapers and each of the newspapers with interesting stories. I have Punch with me, I have Vanguard newspaper, I have Daily Post newspaper, I have Nation newspaper, and of course, I have the Vanguard newspaper. But to begin the news, here are the headlines. From the Punch newspaper, strike threat. Resident doctors give federal government 10-day ultimatum. President celebrates loyal deputy Shetima at 59. Prayer government, Cardinal government can lash at El-Rufai over bandit Southern Kaduna. Prayer government held 6-year jail for Simon Ekpa in Finland. From the Le Post newspaper, Abuja Kaduna rail tracks will be restored in 10 days, says Minister. Alright, and to the news and details. The Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors Monday issued a 10-day ultimatum to the federal government and relevant agencies to meet its welfare demands. Warning that its members will embark on a nationwide strike if nothing is done before the deadline. Doctors in a communique signed by NAD President Dr. Tokwe Sundara, General Secretary Dr. Luwasola Odumbaku, and Publicity and Social Secretary Dr. Omoha Amobe said the decision followed the outcome of its extraordinary National Executive Council meeting held virtually on Sunday. NAD recalled that in July it had given a 3-week ultimatum, but in the interest of industrial harmony, the NEC extended it by another 3 weeks to allow the National Officers Committee engage with stakeholders. It's noted that despite the extension, the federal government failed to fulfill its promises. The association further criticized the failure to pay the arrears of the 2024 accoutrement allowance and condemned some state governments for neglecting their doctors. However, NAD commended state governors who have already paid the 2025 MRTF, noting that such actions demonstrated commitment to the welfare of doctors. The doctors demanded immediate payment of all outstanding allowances and entitlement, restoration of the recognition of postgraduate membership certificate, and resolution of welfare concerns in Kaduna and Oyo State. This news was sourced from the Punch newspaper. For more details, please visit the Punch newspaper. Strike threat. Resident doctors give federal government 10 days ultimatum. The federal government, the Kaduna State government, and the Christian Association of Nigeria (CAN) have berated former Governor Nasiru El-Rufai of Kaduna State over his comment on banditry and population of southern Kaduna, describing his remark as false, inciting, and divisive. El-Rufai, while speaking on a television program on Sunday, alleged that the government was empowering bandits by paying them monthly allowances and sending food to them in the name of non-kinetic measures, describing it as a kiss the bandit policy. He further argued that his stance remained that the only repentant bandit is a dead one. El-Rufai added that they can deceive, they can cover up, they can do propaganda, but those that live in Katsina, Zamfara, Kaduna know what is happening. But the federal government swiftly rejected his claims, describing El-Rufai's allegation as baseless and contrary to fact on the ground. In a statement signed by Zakari Mijigiwa of the Office of the National Security Advisor, ONSA said in that interview he alleged falsely that the ONSA coordinates a policy of payment and offers incentives to bandits. This claim is baseless. At no time has the ONSA or any arm of government under this administration engaged in ransom payment or inducement to criminals. On the contrary, we have consistently warned Nigerians against paying ransom. They explained that from inception, the government adopted a dual strategy: decisive kinetic operations and community engagement aimed at addressing local grievances. Also, they also said it was unfair and insulting to the memories of our security personnel for El-Rufai to deny the sacrifices made by the military. On its part, the Kaduna State government accused the immediate past governor of the state of plotting to destabilize the state through provocation, manipulation, and incitement, warning that it would not tolerate attempt to drag the state back into violence. Speaking further, similarly, CAN chairman in the 9 northern states and the Federal Capital Territory, Reverend John Joseph Hayab, has faulted comments made by former Kaduna State Governor Malam Nasiru El-Rufai on the population of southern Kaduna. El-Rufai was speaking on TV program, claimed that the people of southern Kaduna account for less than 25% of the state population, adding that he had no regret over his actions and policies toward the region during his 8 years in office. Reacting in Kaduna, Reverend Hayab, who also served as Kaduna State CAN chairman during El-Rufai's administration, described the former governor's remarks as dangerous and divisive, stressing that they reflected long-standing tensions between the former governor and communities in the area. For more details, please visit the Vanguard newspaper. Federal government, Kaduna State government can lash at El-Rufai over bandit southern Kaduna. In the meantime, Transportation Minister said Ahmad Akali has assured Nigerians that the damaged portion of the Abuja-Kaduna tracks will be restored in the next 10 days. Some portions of the rail tracks and coaches were damaged last Tuesday when a Kaduna-bound train derailed at Asham Station. There were 618 passengers, comprising 583 passengers and 15 crew members of the Nigerian Railway Corporation (NRC), 1 medical personnel, 8 cleaners, and 11 catering workers on board when the train derailment occurred. 7 passengers sustained various degrees of injury in the accident. Akali announced the repair works yesterday in Abuja following an inspection of the accident scene. The minister hailed security personnel and other stakeholders for ensuring the safety of the passengers, the workers, and the rail infrastructure in the ongoing operations to restore the damaged tracks and coaches. He stated that the NRC workers have been working day and night to ensure that the clearing and repairing of damaged tracks are completed at the earliest possible time. This news was sourced from the Nation newspaper. Abuja Cardinal rail tracks will be restored in 10 days, says Minister. In another development, for pro-Biafra agitator Simon Ekpa, the end came yesterday. The Pajak Hame District Court in Finland sentenced him to 6 years in prison for terrorism offences. In a judgment delivered, the court found Ekpa guilty of inciting terrorism and participating in the activities of a terrorist group. According to Year, a Finnish newspaper, the court said Ekpa has used his significant social media following to stoke tensions in the southeast between August 2021 and November 2024. In an unanimous ruling, the three-member panel of judges also stated that Ekpa was an influential member of a militant separatist movement whose goal was to actualize the caving out of Biafra state from Nigeria. The district court also noted that Ekpa had supplied certain groups with weapons, explosives, and ammunition through his network of contacts in the region, and was also found to have encouraged his followers on social media platform X to commit crimes in Nigeria. The court also convicted Ekpa of aggravated tax fraud and violating the provisions of the Antoni's Act. Ekpa is a self-acclaimed discipline of Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra. After Kanu was extradited to Nigeria from Kenya in June 2021, Ekpa was appointed as the lead broadcaster of Radio Biafra. Weeks later, IPOB announced Ekpa's dismissal, citing his refusal to sign the rules of engagement of Radio Biafra. The developments strained the relationship between IPOB and Ekpa, while the Finland-based lawyer going on to form a splinter group. The separatists use the social media platforms, especially X, to issue sit-at-home directives in the southeast geopolitical zone, while calling out for attacks on security operatives. This news was sourced from the Nation newspaper. Federal government hails 6-year jail for Simon Ekpa in Finland. On to the last news on newspaper revealed this morning. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu yesterday described Vice President Kashim Shettima as a loyal deputy, dependable partner, and an embodiment of service-driven leadership. In a personal tribute to celebrate the Vice President on his 56th birthday, President Bola Tinubu lauded Shettima's courage, tenacity, and commitment to Nigerians' progress. He noted that his choice of Shettima as Vice President has proven to be one of his most rewarding decisions. The President tribute read today presents another avenue, highlighting Shettima's public service career. Tinubu commended his record as governor of Oyo State and later as senator representing Borno Central, roles in which, according to the President, Shettima proved that leadership is service, not privilege. Even in the face of immense challenges, the President further applauded Shettima's contributions in advancing the renewed hope agenda, citing his involvement in forging new global partnerships and driving reforms on food security and investment. This news was sourced from the Nation newspaper. President celebrates loyal deputy Shettima at 59. With that, we've come to the end of the newspaper review. Thank you very much for listening. You can download Carnival Media app from Google Play Store and App iOS. You can also check out our website at www.carnivalmedia.ng. My name remains Joseph Oyokola. Good morning, and please do well to enjoy the rest of your day.